it's very impressive, and this is the kind of thing that you would expect if they're not doing a Destiny 3. You'd expect them to be doing big stuff like this. So it's good to see, honestly.
Dude, my vault is going to be so overloaded when taking into account all the stasis weapons. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, how's that going to work?
I need to clear out some room is how it's going to work.
Do you reckon we're going to get more vault space?
I would hope so at some point, because it stayed at 500 slots across everything for the entirety of D2. It would be a really nice thing if, alongside Beyond Light, they could bump up the vault space to like 1,000. I know that for some people that's going to be excessive, but you know, I'm sitting here and I'm on my last few slots, and I've already done 2 cleanouts this season, and I'm just, you know, I will admit I'm a hoarder, and the fact that gear seasonally rotates out means that there is less stuff that I'm looking for in terms of stuff that I'll keep forever. But, you know, like, it'd be nice to not have to, you know, sort of tighten the belt, so to speak, and then just, like, transfer individual weapons or armor pieces over to the characters I'm not currently playing on, so I've got enough space. You know, like, that'd be nice. That'd be enjoyable to have good vault space economy. I don't know.
Maybe it's just a problem if you've been playing since launch in 2017. Maybe it's just because we've been playing Destiny 2 so long that we just... I mean, being a hoarder is kind of like... it reaches the point where it's like, are we hoarding, or are we just keeping a bunch of cool stuff that... I mean, obviously there's some stuff that you don't need, but there's a lot of cool loot that's come out in Destiny that you don't really want to get rid of unless we still don't have the guarantees about how transmog's going to work and what we can delete and what we can't. I don't think Bungie knows. They're still figuring out the details, but... Yeah, I think the vault situation, but I guess that it comes a point where you just have to just stop having so much stuff. Just it forces you to have to choose and just sunset your own gear.
Like, here's the thing. I know that there's some stuff that I'll keep a hold of, if anything else, for the sentimentality, and for also there's a work side to it. So like old Pinnacle weapons, for the most part, I'm glad that I at least have those in collections. But there are some that I won't delete out of sentimentality, and there are others where I'm very much obliged to get it, because I want to make sure that I have those stories that come with them intact, so that I can always access them. And that's why I think the system for sunsetting is actually kind of helpful. It's useful.
Right.
But yeah, no, I keep a lot of stuff for sentimentality, you know, even though it'll be sunset, I'll hold on to my Redrix broadsword, just like I held on to my Redrix claymore.
But also, the reason you do that is because you're a content creator. So there's an extra level of, I want to keep this because you can mention this in a video or do a video on it, or it's just as a creator, especially when it's like, you know, your job to play and create content based off of your experience playing a game. You kind of want, especially me, I just love keeping stuff, because the amount of random, like I could go into Destiny 1 right now and just pick up some random old relic of a weapon and have fun with it. And it's, as a content creator, you kind of become a bit more of a hoarder, because you recognize that this is some valuable historic stuff. I want to keep this. I want to keep this around.
Yeah. So the best example of that is Luna's Howl, right? You know how in how Luna's Howl came out in Forsaken alongside Not Forgotten, and it was just the comp reward. They made a little memorial to Luna as kind of an Easter egg just outside the Vex portal on the moon. And that, for me, was a very telling moment. And it meant, like, hey, maybe I can go ahead and incorporate this into a video about Luna's Howl and the story of, you know, Luna the dog. And I believe it's Joseph who was her owner. I need to look that up again, because it's been a while since I read the story.
Yeah,
but, you know, like, classic example. Suddenly a lore tab from a year ago is relevant in Shadowkeep.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I can make a video on this. And lo and behold, it does well. And I was able to tell what is actually a really neat emotional story for anybody who is an owner of a pet. But all those points aside, yeah, this is why we hold on to some of these things, you know? Like, it becomes relevant years and years down the line. And when it does, it's really nice to be able to just dip back into that history, even if I wasn't making content.